After years of playing World of Tanks Blitz, are we finally seeing the next generation of the game, or is Reforged changing things that did need fixing? Hello peeps, O.Blitz here, bringing you a brand new video. Today we'll be covering World of Tanks Reforged and the future of World of Tanks Blitz. So, as many of you viewers may know, World of Tanks Reforged has been a very big and up and coming game and update to the World of Tanks Blitz community. It is running on the Unreal Engine 5 and it is meant to take World of Tanks Blitz to a whole new level. Now, today I will be talking about the future of World of Tanks and what my personal opinions are to do with the game and what's going to be happening in the future. Don't take my opinions seriously. Like, obviously everyone's entitled to their own opinions, so this is just me voicing my own personal opinions of World of Tanks Blitz Reforged. I have got some gameplay clips running in the background, purely just to show Reforged. I will be talking about the performance and optimization and everything else, but this has been in development for a long time and it's been a bit 50-50 with people. Not many people wanted it and some people wanted it. Now, the fact of it being on Unreal Engine 5, I'll be so real, it's a PC game engine, right? It's not been out for a long time, Unreal Engine 5. Unreal Engine 4 has been out long enough that it has been tested and optimised efficiently for consoles, PC and mobile devices. Unreal Engine 5 has not been released for that long and hasn't had the same updates and optimisation that it could have at this moment in time. Now, World of Tanks Blitz started as a mobile game. It never had any PC to do with it whatsoever originally. And my point being here is the fact that without the mobile players, Blitz wouldn't have ever been as big as it is today. We started it off for everyone. I mean, I play on tablet. I have been playing on tablet for years now. I have occasionally played on PC, but I've always been a tablet player through and through. I have tested Reforged. It's playing in the background right now. I'm running a 2020 Samsung Tab S7. It's a 6-year-old device now, and as you can see, I am running 60 FPS quite nicely on it. I don't really get many stutters or anything in my frames per second. But this is the interesting part. My iPhone 16 Pro, it's a pretty flagship phone. It only came out, I think, last year or the year before that. I played Reforged on it, and the performance difference between a 5-year-old device and just a 2-year device is absolutely insane, and it makes zero sense to me how on my iPhone 16 Pro, which is meant to be top of the range, best processor, it's got the Pro processor, it's got 8 gigs of RAM, struggles to consistently run Reforged at a consistent rate. I can't get my head around that at all. I don't know what's going on with Unreal Engine 5. I'm not sure what Wargaming have done to possibly mess up optimization for the iPhones, but I was so surprised when I realised my 5-year-old device ran it better than a 2-year-old device. It's just insane. And without trying to be too critical here, without us mobile players, Blitz wouldn't have become a thing. It wouldn't have ever got added to PC, and I've never understood why Wargaming decided to make a mobile game on a PC engine. It's just strange. They should have done an Unreal Engine 4, to be quite real with you. They didn't really have a reason not to. It would have been way better for everyone's devices. More people would have been able to be included into it, and yeah, it just would have been a lot more better. Now, I know the game is meant to have newer physics and more fancier graphics and everything. It's just meant to improve the game overall. But you can't have that if the game is not optimised properly. Current Blitz, in my humble opinion, looks way better than Reforged does right now. Now, I've seen Droodles' videos. He is running it on PC, and I'm not going to lie, it looks lovely on PC. That's if your device can run it smooth on the highest graphics, on the highest FPS. It looks beautiful, and I won't lie about that. But on our mobile devices, you have to change so many settings that it ends up looking worse than current Blitz. And I'm not gonna lie, I have a bit of eye candy for graphics. I do like graphics, and while I'm playing my game, I do want to enjoy seeing the artwork, the graphic style, and everything. But in Reforged on tablets, it just looks a bit basic, a bit back to bone type thing. I mean, look at the textures. If you look on this clip right now, the textures of the ground are not very nice. The colours are a bit, I don't know. It loses its arcadey feel that Blitz has right now, and I don't want World of Tanks Blitz to have a bit of an identity crisis. We need somehow to optimise the game a certain way so it keeps the kind of same feel, but with a newer look to it. And you just can't do that for mobile devices. PCs, it looks incredible. Mobile devices, not so much. I do like the tank models currently better than World of Tanks, what we have right now. I do think the tank models look better. They look more crisp. They look more real. The lighting on them looks incredible. But when you take them out of your garage straight into a game, it doesn't hit the same spot. Wargaming are seriously in a little bit of trouble here, because they do need to really nail down on the optimization. It could be a flop. Nobody knows what's going to happen with this game. It's down to Wargaming. But one thing I will say, and I greatly appreciate, and I'm sure the whole community can say they greatly appreciate, Wargaming is now listening to community, and they have been for a while now. I think doing this was the best thing. They should have done this a long time ago. If I was a game developer, all I would care about is player feedback, and I wouldn't just be going making changes without hearing from my player base, basically. And I think Wargaming have now learnt their lesson after doing that little review quiz that they put out for everyone. They've obviously had a bit of backlash, and I mean, my iPhone was absolutely overheating. The battery drain, I mean, you'd think you'd have a 10-year-old battery in your phone. It was draining that quickly. My phone was hotter than an oven, and it was just unbearable to play. And if you're a mobile player, you want to be out and about, or just sitting at home. You don't want to be in discomfort playing a game. You want to feel like your phone isn't going to blow up in your hand or just get nuked. It's not good. My tablet, I didn't notice so much battery drain in my tablet. It did get a little bit hot, but I do find, from my honest opinion, Samsung devices are better optimised than iOS devices at this current moment in time. And I'm not sure if that's to do with the operating system itself. I'm not sure if somewhere in Apple's coding or something it struggles to optimise with Unreal Engine 5 more, but I have noticed, as you guys can see here, my Samsung tablet, my 6-year-old Samsung tablet, is running it pretty nice. It doesn't look that appealing, but it's still running it. And at this current moment in time, it kind of leads me to believe that current Blitz is more cleaner, sharper, and more arcade-like, and it runs better, where Reforged, it's a bit more realistic, but sometimes it is less polished. It needs more polishing to it. They rushed into it way too quickly. We needed this feedback. They needed this feedback from us a long time ago. And to be fair, if they'd done this before, by now Reforged would have been in a playable state and would have been able to be released on time. Now, I know the developers are making sure that optimization comes first. That's all they've been pressing on about recently. Droodles has released a video recently. I think it was today or yesterday. I'm not too sure when it was. Stating that Wargaming have come to a bit of a what do you call it? What's it called? A dead end. A dead end. They can't currently optimize World of Tanks Blitz any further than it already is at the moment. So ultimately, World of Tanks Blitz Reforged is cancelled / postponed until a foreseeable future. Now, obviously, this isn't necessarily great because it makes you think, well, how are they going to come around optimizing it? And that's something in the players of in the hands of the developers. Unfortunately, it's all down to them. Like I said, if they just picked a different game engine, we might have been able to make it work. But the type of technical limitations that Unreal Engine 5 has, it's just not great for the vast majority of players. No one has the money to go and buy a gaming computer just to play World of Tanks, a free-to-play game. I mean, I don't. I'm not many of some. I mean, there is, of course, there's people that are rich enough to be able to do that. But I just haven't got the money myself to just go out and get something that can run it efficiently. So I just have to make do with what I've got. Another thing that I've also noticed with Reforged, and I'm not necessarily a big fan of, is the UI changes. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to be here on my own with this opinion. I'm not sure if any of you will agree with me, but the UI, as in the leaderboard on the side of who's in your match, the top, the icons, even the capture zone bar, it just looks a bit tacky compared to current Blitz. I don't want to go too hard, but it almost looks like a child has made it. It just doesn't have the same clarity, and it doesn't look as nice as it used to. In my personal opinion, it's something I would like to be like to have changed. It's just a bit more appealing to the eye. I'm not sure if any of others will agree with me, but it's just a little nitpicky thing that I've come across myself. And this is what I meant by the identity crisis, because Blitz doesn't really look too much like Blitz like it does, but it almost looks a bit like a B-Tech version of Blitz, like someone just made a copy of it or made their own version of it. It's a bit strange. Also, another weird thing, as you guys can probably see, I'm not a big fan of the aiming in this game. I'm not sure why, but it has this weird like liquidy feel to it, where it's almost like all over the place, like sloshy. With current Blitz, it's very smooth and it's easy, but in the Reforged Blitz, it's a bit like everywhere. It's just like the camera shakes about and everything. I'm not a big fan of that. I'm not sure if that can get changed. I don't know if that's just how Unreal Engine 5 works. I'm not sure if they could like replicate exactly how aiming's like in current Blitz, but it's just something I've noticed, and I'm not necessarily a big fan of either. But it's not a game breaker for me by all means. I like how the garage looks now. I even like the little background music that it plays when you go into battle, and I've heard a lot of people are not a big fan of that, but I don't mind it. I like the new physics of the game. I like the tank movement. Some people said it was like driving a tank on ice. I never really understood that point. I felt like the tank movement was pretty solid compared to current Blitz. The maps look nice to a degree with what my tablet can run them on. They felt kind of the same. Obviously there's a few maps that have changed now, but for the better. I did like how the maps played out. I do also like the nerfs they've made to equipment, the calibrated nerfs especially. It's going to make things a lot more interesting and, in my opinion, a lot more balanced. This is better obviously for Blitz, because the current way it's done, near enough anything can penetrate you, because it just gives you that much. You don't want to really run gun rammer. Gun rammer is just not beneficial compared to running calibrated shells. You have such a big buff running calibrated shells on current Blitz right now. So it's good that in Reforged it will be getting nerfed. It should make everything a little bit more fairer, and I did notice it is a little bit more fairer for everyone. It makes the games run better, makes it a bit more fairer, and you can't really complain about it. Everyone's been after this change for a while, and Wargaming have listened and they're finally doing it. The last few things I want to touch about on this video is will Reforged bring back old players, and will they be able to maintain the new players? Well, I think that is highly debatable at this moment in time. As an avid Blitz player myself, I've been playing it on and off for years. I have actually recently just got back into Blitz. Been playing it for about 4 or 5 months now, after a long time not playing it. I can say that if Reforged drops, I will continue to play it. And that's only because I'm sure by the time it's released, if they are going to release it, it should be optimised enough to play it. If not, I don't know, I might still play it, but at the end of the day, I don't want to have to be forking out for a new tablet, or battery replacements and everything, or potentially something happening to my tablet. It's going to cost a lot. Will it retain new players? This is also, I think everything falls down to optimization once again. I don't think necessarily that I don't think Reforged is necessarily bad. It's a foundation to something. The problem is whether Wargaming can polish that foundation into something special. Right now it has incredible potential, but potential alone doesn't make a great game. Reforged is a brilliant update, but the execution of it has been poor. The optimization of it has been poor. Wargaming didn't listen quick enough. They should have done this right from the beginning, and they wouldn't have got themselves into this mess exactly. Obviously, monetization is another thing. You know, Wargaming's notorious for putting gambling aspects into games and stuff like that. And what I really want to see with Reforged is whether they're going to update the game to expand on monetization, or will it be more for the players to fix problems with the game and not milk us, basically. Because if they go around the wrong way by doing this and they just try to optimize the game more, monetize the game more, a lot of players are probably going to leave, because Wargaming, we will just think you're out for our money. If you want this to be successful, you have to put the time and effort into making this product perfect, and then think about the money. Because at the end of the day, if a product's good, we're going to pay money. If a product's bad, we're not going to spend a penny. This is absolutely crucial to the survival of the game. It's going to go really bad if Wargaming can't come to terms with everything and make things right. This game's been out for ages now. It's got a significant player base, but at this moment in time, with the future update, it could all come crumbling down on Wargaming. We need to focus on optimization and not monetization for once. I understand it's a free game and all you make your profit off is the monetization and in-game currencies and whatever else, but nobody's going to pay a penny if your product is bad. I do think Reforged has potential, and I can't wait to see what happens with the game. Anyway, this is the end of my video, guys. Let me know what you think of Reforged, and I hope you enjoyed my video. Stay tuned for the next one. Peace.